Good morning, everyone. I'm Terry Wood, and welcome to the county seat. Have you ever heard of square rose knapweed? It kind of sounds like it would be a friend of SpongeBob SquarePants. But square rose knapweed is not a friend to anyone, especially Utah farmers and ranchers. So why should you care? Because it's costing you big money, taxpayer dollars. We're going to talk with some experts in just a few minutes to find out what can be done about this problem. But first, Dan Pope's going to take us on a little field trip to see how bad these invasive species really are.
Thanks very much, Terry. To learn more about the square rose knapweed, you have to know what a weed is. Well, the definition of a weed is a plant out of place. A tomato in a corn patch is a weed.
It's not a laughing matter. This little weed is costing Utah millions of dollars.
Going unchecked, they literally just take over the real natural parts of our county.
He's talking about the square rose knapweed, one of the many species of non-native plants and animals dead set on destroying Utah.
Noxious weeds, if left unchecked and uncontrolled, can create a huge fire hazard. They also create problems for livestock grazing. They degrade the value of and quality of forage for not only livestock but for wildlife. And so counties have gone through, made an assessment of the resources within their areas and have identified that noxious weeds are one of the critical issues that need to be addressed.
Square rose knapweed is native to the Mediterranean area. Since it first appeared in Utah in 1954, it's destroyed nearly 200,000 acres, especially in TOOELE, Juab, and Utah counties.
It's traveled 75 miles that I know of, that I've been there and I've never seen it. So in the last 13 years that I've done this job, I've found it. Small patches virtually everywhere in the county.
Jerry Caldwell is TOOELE County's weed supervisor. He's joined nearby counties in requesting a portion of a $1 million fund that lawmakers created to help fight the weeds. The money will go to help the counties eradicate 1,200 acres of noxious weeds.
It's given us an opportunity to do some bigger projects that we would normally not have done. We put in a fairly good grant and we're fairly confident, but I don't ever spend my money till I've got it in my hand.
Other weapons in the war on weeds include chemical herbicide sprays, imported insects, and education.
But when you get some root feeders, seed feeders, and some spray guys out here all together, you get a really good effect on controlling your knapweed.
That's why dozens of people involved in the battle are gathering at ranches like this one in Juab County. And the hard work is paying off. Here's a field filled with square rose knapweed. But right next to it, a treated area shows no signs of it. But many are learning that square rose knapweed is not the only culprit. In fact, there are 27 different species of invasive plants in Utah.
They've either got burrs on them that'll stick to you, or there's one weed called leafy spurge that will actually, when it's ripe, it will explode and shoot itself 15 feet. You know, some of them are like little parachutes that blow in the wind. There's just, everything has its own mode of travel.
But some of the plants don't even have to explode. Others creep up. Caldwell says keeping an eye out for the weed seeds will go a long way towards stamping out the invaders.
Wash your ATV before you leave an area like this. Even wipe your pant legs off so you don't take the seeds with you. That's how, they're going to travel somehow. Most of these weeds have ways of travel. That's why they are so prolific.
So you can do your part by heading off the spreading of these invasive weeds by cleaning your pants before you leave. I'm Dan Pope for the County Seat.
Well, thank you, Dan. We're back indoors now, but our topic's going to take us outdoors again. We have experts to talk about the invasive species problem in Utah, and we'll be back in just a moment.
At the Prehistoric Museum, USU Eastern, there's no time like the past. Interpretive exhibits tell a tale of long ago. Observation labs allow visitors to witness the processes of preparation and curation and speak one-on-one with the preparators. Dinosaurs, Ice Age, and archaeology allow you to experience life 500 million years in the making. What happens in Utah's Castle Country stays with you.
The State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration. SITLA manages 3.5 million acres of Utah lands with the express purpose of furthering the education of Utah students while promoting local industry, oil and gas, even residential development, all at the same time. Through the careful use of trust lands, we distributed more than $22 million to Utah schools last year. The State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration, building the state's permanent school fund.
There aren't a lot of places in this world where you can feel truly free and wild, where the horizon invites you to set off on adventure. Find adventure at the TOOELE County Fair August 2nd through the 4th. We'll kick it all off with an annual rodeo August 2nd and 3rd, and enjoy a special concert with the Bellamy Brothers on August 3rd. Then we'll wrap up with our demolition derby. TOOELE County. Experience endless horizons.